Hello and welcome to another AIC video. So we're taking a look back at my Compaq Presario 5037. I wasn't going to do a whole lot with this machine once I got it up and going, but I can never leave well enough alone. And so I've been digging around on eBay just to see what was out there for a PCI graphics card. Now, I found several options. What I mostly found is a bunch of mislabeled options on eBay. A ton of graphic cards that were not PCI. They were either PCI Express or even AGP that were mislabeled. And so I didn't buy them, obviously, because they were not correct. But I did come across this one right here. It is a PNY GeForce 5200 PCI interface there, so it should work in my desktop. Since I do not have an AGP or obviously a PCI Express, since that came much later. But I picked this up for a few reasons. One, I tried to play a few different games and they would just crash on the system, and I think it's because there's not enough VRAM and not support for newer versions of DirectX. So that was one problem. Another problem is if I'm going to be gaming on it, let's get some gaming hardware in there. But I also wanted to just kind of make this, kind of the best it can be. I'm still on the lookout for a good optical drive that I think will work well. What I'm having a hard time finding is actually one that is a good color. I wanted to kind of match, and there's tons of black ones, tons of white ones, but not a lot in that kind of gray color. But this card is brand new in box, and I got it for 25 bucks. So it's not the fastest PCI graphics card out there, but it does have 256 megabytes of RAM, which is exactly the same amount of RAM that's in the laptop or in the desktop, and I believe it's DDR2, where this is just SD RAM. So it is significantly faster than the computer. So I'm kind of worried that it won't work, but it did come with, or it should come, I haven't opened up yet, it's still sealed in plastic, with all the software that it needs. And that's one reason why I went with a sealed in box, is because it should have everything I need and I don't have to go digging online for drivers. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. All right, so we have it here in hand. I'm doing this kind of around the camera, so excuse my hands here. Go ahead and slice this open. And this box is pretty well munched. Hopefully, though, the card is good. Oh, and of course I dropped the CD software, but the card itself is looking pretty mint. There we go. So what we're going to do, we have two VGA and S video, is we are going to first hook this all back up and install the software first, and then turn everything off and install the card. So let's go ahead, get everything hooked up, and we'll go from there. All right, so we have the case open. I don't think we need to remove the power supply to do this, though it is unplugged. This is a modem. I'm not going to ever use that. We have an ISA card, a PCI card, another PCI card, another ISA slot. So what we're going to do, looks like I need a Torx bit for that, is remove the modem first, because again, I don't even have a home phone line, so I have no way of ever using this. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it will give us a bit more room beneath the graphics card for it to breathe. I don't even know what this is. What brand is it? This is original to the computer, so I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to put it away. Then I'm going to drop this slot cover down one, because I'm going to put it in the top slot, so it has much room to breathe as possible. There ain't a lot of airflow in this computer, There's only one fan, and that's with the power supply, and that's pulling air over the CPU. There's a slot for a fan up over here that I might get a fan for, but it is very small. Remember when graphics cards were just a single slot? It's crazy. Ones now are insane. All right. Let's get this in there. Because those cords are putting a lot of torque on that. Let's see if I can push those up out of the way a little bit. I'm going to move it. I'm going to put it in that lower one. It looks like there's plenty of room for it under it. Now that I'm looking at it. So that was an unnecessary move of this, but we're still leaving out the modem. All right, let's go ahead and set everything back up and going and power it on and see what works. All right, so got everything back together. I left the case off for in case anything were to go wrong, I'd be able to quickly address it and see it. Let's go ahead and flick the switch. Now I have the video cable plugged into the graphics card, and that looks like it's working. So that makes me happy. Windows XP is detecting it correctly. That's good. We haven't even installed nothing yet, but it sees it and gives it the correct name. I was doing a good thing by upping the resolution there a little bit, but nope, it didn't appreciate that, so I'm going to wait for it to time out. Alright, so I ended up having to start in safe mode. Hopefully I can get this going and install the drivers, and that way I won't have the issue with the screen, because this screen won't display the resolution I picked. So we're doing Windows XP 32-bit drivers. Installing Inshield. If this doesn't work, I do have a different monitor I can plug in. I just don't want to have to completely disassemble my desk if I don't need to. But we'll install the drivers, restart, and see what happens. No, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to grab a different monitor. My bad. Alright. Let me do that. I'll pause and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got it figured out. What it was is the resolution was set to something ridiculously low. 400 by 300. And what I did to fix is I went into regedit and H key current config, system, current control set, video. And I just dug around in here until I found X resolution and Y resolution and changed those to 800 by 600. So Y is 600, X is 800. And that allowed me to boot, and it worked. And now I just changed it to 1024 by 768, and it looks great on here. Let's see if Jedi Outcast runs, because before it was just crashing, and it may still just crash. We'll see. Probably. It looks like it's going to crash, because this is what it did before. Just a blank screen. Nope. Could not load OpenGL subsystem. So looks like I need some drivers there. So let's quit that. What about episode 1 racer? Oh, the CD-ROM is over here. All right, let me get up on that screen a little bit so you can see it better. Now, obviously, I have no capture device for this at all. Actually, I'm going to quit out of it, or settings, video settings. Let me cancel this. Back, quit. So I don't remember what settings it was set to. Hardware config, display settings. Let's change this to native resolution, put that in quotes. I don't have any speakers hooked up to this, so we have no sound. But we're really just looking to see how well it runs. No, this is a pretty old game. We'll see. It runs pretty good. So I won't finish this race, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. I'm going to call that a win. I'm going to have to look up those OpenGL drivers for this card, if they even exist. I don't know. Or at least look into why I'm getting that error message on that other game. But this is very playable. So I'm going to have to install some other games on here from the era. Maybe I'll do some Half-Life on here or something and see how it plays. Anyways, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave that down in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this video of upgrading my vintage computer, my Vintage Compaq, to a PCI video card for 25 bucks. Anyways, again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.